Well, hi, I'm Brad Sugars, the chairman and founder here at Action Coach, and it's my privilege to be the one to take you through a little bit about our organization, what we do, how we do it, how we get amazing results with business people, and for you, if you're looking to join us, how you'll get to do that in the very near future, how you'll get to step in and coach business people, business owners, executives, CEOs, and get amazing results with them. Obviously, if you're looking at this, it's because you're probably in a position where you enjoy helping people get amazing results as well. So when we look at what this business is all about, the Action Coach business, it's about taking your knowledge and turning it into profitable business. It's about saying, how do you invest in yourself? And then how do you invest in the business coaching profession and become a part of this profession so that you get to take advantage of this, the second fastest growing profession on the planet right now? It's no better time to be in the business coaching world, executive coaching world, CEO, culture coaching. There's so many different aspects to it that we'll get to share with you in just over the moment. So before I dive into that, I just want to take you a little bit about how we got here. I'm going to try and do this in 3 minutes or less. We'll see. 30 years ago, I got to Robert Kiyosaki. Robert and Sharon Lecter wrote the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Well, Robert became a mentor along with John Burley and Blair Singer, Kim Kiyosaki. I got to share the stage with them, DC Cordova. I was up teaching along with them, Keith Cunningham, Bill Sharpoff, Dolph DeRoos. I was traveling the world teaching at their business schools and many other places around the world. Well, it led me to a passion for teaching. So I started Action Coach. Now we have over 1,080 partners, of which we're looking for you to become a partner, or maybe you'll join working with one of our partners somewhere across the planet. 83 countries we operate in. This is our very old photos. This was originally when we started the company with our office on Milton, in Queensland, Brisbane, Australia. I started with the vision of world abundance through business re-education, knowing that our whole aim was to create an abundant world by re-educating business people, one business owner at a time. Now we work with major teams, corporate CEOs, you name it, we work with them doing training programs, business coaching. You know, the coaching industry is worth anywhere between 9 and 22 billion, depending upon which study you look at. We think about 15 billion. The training industry anywhere between 300 and 430 billion, depending upon which one you look at. The business side of that, anywhere between 100 and 200 billion. But that's what we do. And our vision is what drives us every day, world abundance through business re-education. Well, I've been on stage for 30 years now teaching this, written the books, done the seminars, traveled the world, and helped many, many people become business coaches. So I've taught more business coaches than most people have taught businesses. And that's what I love doing. And I'd love to be your mentor or your guide as you get on the journey to becoming a business coach or building a business coaching firm, whatever level you want to play at. And so you get to be with us building your business coaching firm, helping you go out there and lead the way, become a leader of leaders, to educate them, to show them what it's like. I hope you get the privilege of having 30 years or however long it might be of educating. Yes, that's young me right there. Right across the world, I've been able to do this. Well, the great thing about doing this for 30 years is I've had students for that long. Is John, who started with me as an Action Coach partner in 2005. Now his gold bullion company worth 300 million or more, or does 300 million or more. And so there's many, many things. Or not only that, I get to have many teachers over the years, and I'll introduce you to all of these when you join Action Coach. Jeffrey Gittimer, Phil Nosworthy, Scotty McCain, Mari Smith. We bring all of these people in, Stedman Graham, Ivan Meisner. Every year I bring them in. Michael Port, Book Yourself Solid. He just released the third version of his book. Marshall Goldsmith, been with us many times. Keith, many, many times. Lady Moan. Dr. Jim Kim, that was actually us consulting with the World Bank about helping small business. Our BizX events, dang, I bring you all of the best speakers every year for you to learn from, because if you're going to be a great teacher, you've also got to be a great learner. my original mentor, the Paul Dunn, who helped me start this whole thing back 31 years ago. Dame DC Cordova also many, many moons ago, I think 21 years of age, I got to meet with her and became a student. That was me coming off stage with Sir Richard, actually. We had the same outfit, but he definitely beat me in the hair department. The Les Brown, actually I had Les come and speak for us in Miami at the first BizX we ever did. There's Grant interviewing me. Yes, so I've been all over the place, but not only do I have customers and clients who've been with us that long, I got franchise partners. You'll see the top photo there. That's Ford and Barb Keyes. Well, they've been with me that long that their daughter Juliet now runs the business for them. So I love this business. I think it's a phenomenal thing, and I'd love to see you a part of it, helping us help the world. If you'd love to guide business people and help them on their journey, you be the Yoda to their Luke. That's the big thing. We want you to be in the position. We'll put you in command, but you've got to take charge, sort of thing. Yeah, General Schwarzkopf, Storm and Norman. The Action Coach system is about how you create a coaching and training company that grows. How you get out there, you meet a couple of hundred people. We teach you out of a couple of hundred business people that you meet, how you go and have coffee with about 50 of them. We put them into a 2-week free coaching program, and I'll teach you exactly how to do that. It's relatively simple. Out of about 200, you won't want to give it to all 200 of them. You'll only give it to about 50 of them. From there, you'll go through the 2 weeks. It's a 4-step process during the 2 weeks. And out of the 2 weeks, you'll pick how many continue coaching with you. It's a pretty simple process, but we've got to teach it to you. And that's a big part of what it is. See, when someone gives you an amazing opportunity, you've got to be out there and you've got to take advantage of it. But you just say yes and you learn how to do it later. Yes, Sir Richard put me in his blog many moons ago saying entrepreneurs are the crazy people who work 100 hours a week so they don't have to work 40 hours for someone else. Yes, sort of. I don't want you to be the crazy 100 hours. I want you to build a business that's phenomenal for you. Our vision, mission, and culture, our vision of world abundance through business re-education. When I wrote that many, many years ago, I sat down and said, what is it that I want? I want abundance for my team. I want abundance for you, for our customers, for our partners, everybody. Our culture, our 14 points of what we live by, and we strive to be at the best that we can be, living by fun, systems, education, commitment, all of these aspects. You can dive on actioncoach.com and get a real in-depth understanding of those, or jump on our YouTube channel. I've got a full 20-minute explainer video of all of the culture points there. Our mission, see, we help business owners build an enterprise that works without them. Our ABOS system, it's a 6 steps business growth system. We help them install our business operating system. ABOS stands for Action Business Operating System, or Action Coach Business Operating System. So that's what we'll teach you to do. We teach you how to help them install the business operating system. So you go in, you help them install it. Now you can help them by training them to install it. You can help them by coaching them to install it. Obviously, the more hours that's involved of yours, the more they pay, or your team. We can train you to train your team to do it, or we actually train your team for you so that you don't have to. And then we actually then build the entrepreneur. So we build the business through ABOS, the Action Business Operating System, and we build them through our 5 levels of entrepreneurs. So it's their personal growth plus the business growth. And we do it through our care values, community, accountability, results, and education. I'll share more on each of those in just a moment. PwC says that the coaching profession is second fastest growing in the world behind IT as a profession. 20 billion in 2022. Now they say anywhere from, and again, depending upon which one you look at, we're seeing this 6 to 7% yearly growth rate fairly steady across the planet in the coaching world. The training world seems to be growing a little bit faster than that, depending upon the economy. Training sort of is more economically driven as what we're noticing out there. But companies who are coached are either satisfied or very, very satisfied. 2 types of clients that you'll be looking to work with, and it depends again on your background in many cases and the target audience in your marketplace around you. The SMEs, most of those can be from solopreneurs. We have programs for them where they join a membership program for solopreneurs, And we put them in groups so that your hourly rate is where it needs to be. We don't want, they can't really afford the higher hourly rate that we want to be at, where the mid, the higher end small businesses to the mid-sized companies can afford those upper end hourly rates. And then your CEO and executive level for the mid to large size companies or divisions of large companies that you'll work with on that executive or corporate business coaching. And again, we'll certify you in all of these programs and all of these different levels so that you get to deliver it, or we'll certify your team in it if you want to build the larger firm in all of these things. This is stuff that we could get you up and running very quickly, doing the work, getting the results, doing it. You've just got to get out there and meet the business people, put them into the 2-week process where they get to, and at the end of that 2 weeks, they decide what level of coaching they'll continue with, and you get to continue that whole process. Marketing, 3 types of marketing that we work with. And again, this really comes back to your background, whether you will do it, hire it, or work with one of our approved agencies. Now, we have training in all of these areas, and we have all of the material there for you. So digital marketing, that could be everything from blogs to social media to direct email marketing. All the emails are written. Like there's literally one for every day of the year if you need it. There's the first 30 days emails when they come on board so they can learn everything about what you do. All of that stuff is there. You'll come and build your website sort of thing, your landing page. But all of that stuff is there for you. Or you can work with our agency on digital marketing. That agency has everything built into the Go High Level platform. You can have them put on a virtual marketing manager, right down to doing it all yourself, or employing someone in your business to do it for you, whichever level you want. But you can get started on day one. Everything's built for you. Off you go. They can even run the Facebook ads for you, or the Google ads, whichever one you want to do, or whatever works in your marketplace. They can run that for you, or you can run it yourself if that's your experience of what you're up to, or if you employ someone to do it. Then your community or social style marketing, strategic partners, or attending networking functions. If that's what you're really great at, fantastic. That'll be a great way for you to do it. Or we can put you in touch with another agency that helps with that. So when you're out networking, we find 1 or 2 things happen. Either you go to a coffee meeting, which puts people into the 2-week process, or you put them on an interview track where you interview them in your podcast. And we have an agency that helps you with that podcast. They're a virtual agency. They do all of the work in the background. So you get, either way, you get to meet those people in a second setting. So you set it up, you meet them. Again, all of it's set there for you. You just need to plug and play, I guess, is probably the simplest way to put that. And then there's the direct marketing, which all of it is already built. Most of it is built into the Go High Level system. You can just plug and play. You can turn someone on, whether it is using a direct call approach, whether it is using a mail approach, whether it's using a bold calling approach. Either, whichever way you want to go about direct marketing, but all 3 forms of marketing, everything's already built for you. You've just got to plug and play and press go on the one that you actually want. And again, in-house, you can employ someone, you can do it yourself, you can use an agency to get it done and work it that way. They then go into the 2-week diagnostic process, and from there they decide what level of coaching they'll continue with, whether it's a training program or right through to the one-to-one high-level coaching. But that's essentially the way the marketing and sales process. It's not really a sales process because we do the coaching with them, and once they've experienced a level of coaching, they decide what level they want to continue with. It's essentially that way. Technology, 4 base levels of technology that we work with. The community side of it is what we call the mob. That's where you get together and the community builds community. It's a very big part of what happens in our organization. The hub is where accountability happens. That's where the numbers of your activity. So there's everything from the clients putting in their worksheets, their 90-day plans. It's where you do that coaching, okay? Every week the coaching happens online. So you don't have to worry about, collecting forms and everything. It happens online. The customers are in there. You go in, it happens, all that sort of stuff. The com is where the numbers of your numbers go, okay? Your results are in there, your key performance indicators, your performance, you manage your business from there. And the how is the learning management system, the LMS. It's an LMS for you and an LMS for your customers. So those are the things that are very important to the technology end of our business that, again, makes it plug and play for you. You don't have to go build it. It's already built. You get to step in and do it. Training and development, this stuff, because we've been doing this 30 odd years, the first training for you, depending on whether you go part-time or full-time in your training, if you're already working a job, you can just go part-time and you do the pre-training that way. So it's videos, it's audios, it's workbooks, ebooks, and you get to do that part-time. Or if you want to go full-time, you can dive straight into it and do it that way and get it done much, much faster, of course. Then you'll come and do 10-day live-in training. Our live training is actually a lot of fun, but also you get to meet existing franchise partners who are doing it day to day, and they'll help you build your plan during that 10 days. You'll work through it, you'll do the stuff, and you'll get it done over the 10 days. That's here live in Las Vegas. You will do other virtual trainings, okay? So the business coach training is virtual, and other trainings that you'll self-certify. So they're videos that are online, and you can watch those online. There's more details on that when you get to chat with one of the team. Your post-training, again, it's virtual. You get to go through bits and pieces. It's part-time and that. And then every year there's conferences, webinars. The conferences are more, well, there's definitely a lot of learning happens, but there's a lot of fun. We do them all across the world and a lot of travel. I think that you build, I think a lot of people seem to join our business just to get on the travel side of it and travel all around the world. But most of the time, you'll be doing about 120 hours a year of professional development, which is once you do the conferences and the webinars and that, it's a pretty natural. That's how much you're doing. And you're going to be delivering a lot of seminars to your clients too within that whole process. It's a lot of fun. If you love learning, you'll love being a part of this organization. So the coaching programs you deliver, one-to-one, whether it's executive coaching, business owner coaching, CEO or corporate coaching, the group coaching programs, groups of business owners, groups of executives, these things are done for, and again, it all works on different, so make sure you get an hourly rate or your team members are charging at a solid hourly rate so that we make a good profit in the business. The 12-week training programs, management training, leadership, business ownership, sales, high-performance team, culture, all of these programs that are there. Again, it's plug and play. They're built. All you've got to do is step in and run the whole thing. Our memberships, book clubs, profit clubs, growth clubs, our master classes, the 12-month master classes, the membership programs. Oh my God, everything is plug and play for you to be able to do this sort of thing. We love our business because it is exactly this. It's about retention of those customers. A retainer-based business with good, solid hourly rates is something that I believe can't be beat. Now, there's two different franchise models. The partner, which is you being an owner-operator. Most of those are a work-from-home style. Some of them do offer work from like a WeWork or a local office-based space. And then there's the firm where you want to build a team. A lot of firms start out as just themselves and then start building the team. But that's often the case of what their goals. It really comes down to your goals. And then we have people that have much larger goals and they'll take a multi-territory approach where they'll say, okay, I'm going to build multiple firms in multiple territories because I want to be building this level of income in what I'm aiming to do. If you want to think about the rates, think of accountants and lawyers, attorneys. That's sort of the retainer rates that we look at for ourselves. In many cases, we're higher than them, but that's the sort of thing I want you to be thinking of. It's a professional white-collar business is where we're at. So you will be in your business, but we are your partner, okay? That's part of being in a franchise is that you have a partner. That's us. You're our franchise partner. You run the business. So obviously you're the massive majority partner. We're the small partner. Our royalty is the smaller partner of the deal. Now, that is something that you go into detail with the recruiter that you're chatting with. They will be able to take you through any legal documents and show you all of the details of the numbers. I can't go through that here because there's many jurisdictions that will be watching this video, but get back with them. They'll be able to take you through any models and financial details in your area, in your country. Okay. So how do we get results? So how will you get results? Well, the business coach, when I wrote this book, we'd already done 13,500 customers. So again, plug and play. You get to do this. You can dive right in right now and start getting results with customers. It's a 6-step process. Our ABOS system starts with mastery, where we help them build stability in the business. The marketing then takes care of their cash. The systems is then building their time into the business. The team then builds a business that's run by a management group. The scale then goes into building a valuation of the business. So mastery, as you can see, there's 4 areas of mastery. There's 5 ways of marketing or multiplying the marketing. There's 9 steps to systems, 6 keys to a winning team, 5 disciplines of scale, and then there's the 2 areas of freedom. Well, I'm going to take you in detail into each of these right now. Well, not in detail, but I'll give you an overall summary of what the ABOS system looks like. This is the ActionCOACH business operating system that you will install in companies, okay? So how does it work? 4 areas of mastery. Number 1, destination. We want them to have clarity in their business. Number 2, time mastery. We want them to have productivity in their business. Number 3, delivery mastery. We want consistency of delivery so the customer gets the product or service with consistency. And number 4, financial mastery, so that we get profitability into the business. Now, there are literally hundreds of strategy cards within the ABOS system and many playbooks that you will work through with a business owner so that we get them a master of mastery, basically. So they have to pass all 4 areas. Once they've passed all 4 areas, then they'll move forward. Now, sometimes we skip over a few of these because we've got massive issues in the business that we've got to deal with first, but that's something of where your background, your business knowledge comes into the game. When we're installing ABOS, sometimes we have to jump ahead, jump backwards, jump to the side because we've got issues we're dealing with on a day-to-day, and that's where your knowledge will come into it. And as we say here, at the mastery level, we want to be patient for growth, but we need to have profits. Impatience for profits is really important at that mastery level. I got to do this one time, the zero gravity flight. They do these massive parabolas, and I was with Buzz Aldrin, the second man on the moon. But what he says is there's a lot of zigzagging, and that's kind of what I meant with the ABOS. You sometimes got to zigzag through the system because they've got issues that they need dealing with on a day-to-day basis. So from the 4 areas of mastery, we move into marketing. Now, our definition of marketing is profitably buying lifetime customers. That's why I wrote the book, Buying Customers. So we believe that through testing and measuring, we can get math into the marketing, meaning let's say a customer spent, or you invested 1,000 to get 10 new customers. Well, each one cost you 100. Does that make sense? It's like you put money out, you get money back in. So we're buying lifetime value of customers. So we want to make sure that there is no price competition. That's why we aim to be unique. And that's one of the things we share with you is how ActionCOACH is unique in the marketplace because of the programs that you will have available to offer. There is no competition with what you do. What you can offer to the marketplace, our 12-week education programs will be amazing, the results you will get with the level of work. It's phenomenal just how much you can get out there into the marketplace. But you're going to work with people and we're going to get them out of price. Why? Because discounting kills businesses. When we show companies these numbers, like this one here, if you decrease prices by 10% on a 40% gross profit, you got to sell 33% more just to get the same profit. That's insane. It doesn't work. You can't do that. Flip it over. If you're on a 35% gross and you have an 8% price rise, you've got to lose 1/5 of your customers before you actually decrease. I mean, it's so crazy that business owners think of this stuff in that way. Now, here is our 5 ways formula. This formula works with the multiplier effect, okay? You've obviously heard of the multiplier effect. We call it leverage. Do the work once, get paid forever, or divide to multiply, okay? So we divide a business up into 5 areas: leads, conversion, transactions, average sale, and margins. Again, this is plug and play. We're going to share with you within each of these. So leads is, I think it's more than 80 strategies. Again, strategy cards for every single one of these. Conversion, more than 80 strategies. Transactions, more than 70. There's over 300 and something strategy cards just on this page alone that you get to help business owners implement, okay? So think about just how much plug and play you can do this. This is absolutely something you can get done. It's like, can you meet with potential clients? Can you go meet business owners? Can you go to some of your friends that know business owners and say, hey, can you introduce me to some people? Can you go to some networking events? Can you employ one of our agencies to run ads for you? Can you employ another agent? Like, can you do that? Yes. Can you meet 200 in the first 90 days? Can you give 50 of them? This is what we're talking about, okay? This is the stuff. You can get started right now and be in business for yourself in 30, 60 days. Boom, you're out there coaching business owners. You're having a great time. You're fulfilling your purpose, living your legacy, doing what you were meant to do, and building a phenomenal business. Now, we don't teach them we're going to try and double these numbers. All we try and do when we meet a business owner is share with them we want to get 10% in each of the 5 areas, right? Now, I know you've already worked this out. If you get 10% in each of the 5 areas, it's a massive bottom line increase because it's multiplied. Like 4,000 becomes 4,400, 27 and a half. So that gives you 1,210, which is already a 21% increase in customer base. Now, they won't notice that when you first take them through it, right? I know that you got it, but they won't notice that. Transactions is up 10%, 2 to 2.2. Average sale, again, because remember, you've got 300 strategy cards. You're only going to pick probably 2 to 5 in each of the 5 areas. But if you work with them for a year on this stuff, implementing, testing, measuring, actually just measuring it, you're probably aware, if you just measure it, the focus alone will improve these things. So in this case, we're at, 292,820. That's a 46% increase in revenues. And then 27.5 margin gives us 80,000. That's a 61% increase in the bottom line of their business. Now, of course, no one will get 10% in every area exactly. Some will get 12 and 8 and 7 and 11. And you know what I mean? That's sort of the natural increase. But just by measuring it, we're going to have an increase, let alone implementing all the strategies. Plug and play, implement ABOS. You help them implement or install the ActionCOACH marketing systems that you will work with them on. Then we look at our ladder of loyalty. You'll again help them install the systems of this. How we take a suspect, the potential database, get the potential database onto their database, get them to raise their hand, hence the book Raise Your Hand Marketing that I wrote. Turn them into a shopper, a first-time buyer, take a shopper and turn them into an accustomed buyer, meaning they're a customer. They've been back more than once. From a customer, we get them to someone who believes they belong, a member. So this is all about repeat business. And again, we help them install all the repeat business and customer experience strategies. Member becomes an advocate, so they start giving referrals. From the referrals, we then take them to, guess where? Raving fan. Now they start doing social media and you start see what they're doing on social media out there. And that's the raving fan. You're going to teach people this by putting them into ABOS, helping them install it. You're going to work them through it. It's a plug and play system. And that's what you do. As Tony said it, it's not about knowing what to do. It's about doing what you know. And that's why the ABOS system is so, yes, I'm extremely young there. And yes, Tony is taller than me and I'm 6'4". So that's the way it is. So back to the system. Mastery, 4 areas. Marketing, 5 ways. Systemization. Systemization is about how we teach a customer to build the systems. The systems run the business, the team run the systems, and you lead the team. Well, when you step into the ActionCOACH business, we've already built the systems. Okay, so you've just got to run the systems. And so you step in, plug and play, away you go, build it, run it, do that. Now, you're going to teach them our 9 steps. And well, in fact, you're not going to teach it. You're going to put them into ABOS, all of the strategy cards. You're going to work them through this and you're going to coach them through this. Vision, mission, culture, goals, org chart, position contracts, and key performance indicators. That's getting the direction set and the structure. So direction and structure are now put in place. Once we've got that, then we get into the how-tos and then we get into the checklists so that we actually monitor and measure and make sure the systems are being followed. That's how you're going to take them through the ABOS system. Then we get to team building. Now, team is where the owner takes care of the team takes care of the customers take care of the business. See, how well the owner builds the team is how well the team builds the customers, is how well the customers build the business. See, an owner doesn't doesn't build a business, an owner builds a team. Team build the customers, customers build the business takes care of the owner, if that makes sense. Well, we do it with 6 keys to a winning team. Leadership is number one. Now, that's going to be your job in your organization. Now, if it's just going to be you, fantastic. You get to lead yourself, okay? Now, we're going to be there as your guide. We're not going to be your coach. We're going to be your guide. If you want a coach, we suggest you should get a coach. If you believe in coaching, you know it works, right? From there, you get a common goal, okay? Again, you're going to set your goal for your business. The worldwide goal for us all is world abundance through business re-education. So the natural goal for you will be abundance in your area through business re-education. Rules of the game, culture. We've already put the culture document together. And if you love the way our culture reads, then fantastic, we're going to be easy. Action plan. Through our system, every 90 days, you'll create your action plan. Up front, you'll create your business plan with us. Again, through our system, we'll create your business plan. We'll give you templates, all of those sorts of things. Once you join the company, in your training, you do your business plan. We do the training before, build your plan, away you go. Plug and play is probably the word of the day. You might even be sick of me saying that. Then you got to support risk-taking. See, when you do new things, and this is what you're teaching a business owner, if you do new things, you're going to make some mistakes, and then 100% inclusion and involvement. And we'll insist as one of our partners that you're involved in everything that happens out there, because we know the more that you get involved with the team, with our other partners, the more you learn with them, from them. And as you get better and stronger, the more you give back to the other new people, the better this organization becomes. Now, obviously, championship teams train some more. We do a lot of that with you. Webinars, seminars happen a lot. Conferences happen a lot, but also a lot of video training that comes down the pipeline for you. Other coaching sessions that happen around the world that are recorded that come down the pipe to give you things. On top of that, podcasts, you name it, it's out there for you to use, both as training for yourself, training for your customers, but also just things to keep you motivated and upbeat every single day. Massive levels of communication. That's what we put out there. Finally, we get from the 4 areas of mastery, the 5 ways of marketing, the 9 steps to systemization, 6 keys to a winning team. We hit our 5 disciplines of scale. Now, scale is where we go from percentage growth to multiplied growth. So instead of someone doing, 30% growth, we say, how do we get to 30 times growth? This is where they'll move into things like licensing or franchising or opening multiple locations or opening internationally, coaching your business clients through this stuff. Well, there's 5 core disciplines of strategy. And these make up the centerpiece of our CEO coaching and our corporate business coaching as well. These 5 core disciplines are a big part of that. So learning these, when you get certified in CEO and corporate business coaching, you'll learn this and get detailed in it. Again, I believe, if memory serves me correct, there's like 630 strategy cards just in this segment alone that you'll work with in installing the ABOS system into companies. So again, amazing systems that the team have and how you do it. Lord Sugar, if you've never met him, very blunt. He's the Apprentice. He runs the Apprentice TV show in the UK. But the entrepreneurial instinct is in you. And if you've watched this far, I know you've got it in there. There's no such thing as a perfect timing. What there is, though, is something that you like, something that you're passionate about, and that's what we want to teach. So ultimately, we want you to build something that builds freedom for you and freedom for your customers. And whether that means you let it run without you, whether you build a business that you sell, whether it means you keep the business and keep running it and then invest the money in other aspects, whether it means it gives you the time to go and do your hobbies, whatever it is, our goal is for you to do what your goal is for your customers. You're their guide to help them build a business that works so they don't have to. That's the ultimate goal. As my good friend Sharon Lecter says, she was the co-author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad with Robert. Money is a life skill, and as parents and grandparents and interested adults, it's up to us to make sure our children are prepared for the financial world they're going to face. Well, as was pointed out to me, there's only one way to do that, and that's to actually learn it first. So studying and becoming good with money is a thing. And that's why a big part of what we do at Action Coach is not just be about you learning business. We also want to make sure that you and your customers, your clients, understand that it's also about growing further than that. See, the entrepreneur or the wealth journey starts as a student. As a student, you're an apprentice employee. As an employee, you're an apprentice self-employed person. As a self-employed person, you're an apprentice manager. Think of coaching your customers through this, okay? You're coaching them through different layers of their growth. As a manager, you're an apprentice business owner. As a business owner, you're an apprentice investor. As an investor, you're an apprentice entrepreneur. The bottom layers of this is where we call management. Our management systems, and again, we have a 12-week training program. And that training program, again, I use the word install. We do a 12-week training program, so we install our management systems in a company where we build competency and productivity in their people. The top half of this is where we install our leadership systems, which build passion and focus in an organization. So the coaching journey for a customer really looks like this. On the left side here, it's about them growing from employee up to entrepreneur. Across the bottom, it's about mastery through freedom, the marketing, the systems, the team, the scale. Now, we would love to think it's a nice curve like this. It doesn't really go that way. It's more this up and downs. It's sort of that whole thing. But somewhere along the lines, they hit a business that works without them. And that's what we're looking to have. We're looking to build a business that works. You know, if you break it down, and I'll get to this formula of B times do equals have, it comes back to why do you want to succeed? You know, why do you want to be it? If you love helping people grow, then you will love being a part of Action Coach. If your natural thing is to help people, to coach, if you've been as a manager or a leader where you would naturally coach people, then we want to chat to you. You know, as Warren Buffett put it, you've got to get a few things right as long as you don't do too many things wrong. Come join us so you don't do the wrong things. We get you straight into doing the right things. It's from day one. Now, the point of power. These things are vital for us. We think these philosophies is what makes us successful. Above the point, ownership, accountability, and responsibility. That's where we want to play. And below the point, blame, excuse, and denial. We find when our customers play below that point, they don't get any success, okay? Hang on, let me just go back to that one. I clicked the button too fast. When we play below that point with blame, excuse, denial, you've made your own bed, you're going to lie in it. Any customers down there will not get success. Above the point where they take ownership, accountability, and responsibility, you'll notice management removes those negative behaviors and leadership brings out those top behaviors. But you can't have the top behaviors if you don't have good management in place. Our formula for success: dream, goal, learn, plan, act. We build your dreams. And that's one of the things that we want to make sure that you have when you come to join us. We want dreamers. We want people who want to achieve amazing things in their life. We want people who want to be millionaires and further than that. We want people who want to achieve their dreams and goals. From there, we help you with the learning. We point you in the right direction, what to learn, where to learn it, how to learn it. We give you the right mentors. I put the right speakers in front of you every year. We bring in the most amazing people to be your teachers, your mentors, but you also, because you're in a team of more than 1,000 teachers, mentors, coaches, you get to be surrounded by some of the most amazing people. Some of the coaches have been with me 20, 25 years almost doing this thing. So you get to learn from some of the best of the best. From doing the learning, you build your plan, and from your plan, you go to work, and that's where success happens. So we'll get you there as fast as possible. But this comes back to that formula. B times do equals have. Once you know what you want to have, you've just got to work out what you do. And from there, you need to work out, who do I need to be in order to do that? So we build you and you get to work. That's the thing. Now, your goals, historically, most people have goals of getting away from something. I don't want to be in debt. I don't want to be overweight. I don't want to. Well, we suggest that we all move our customers, and I'm sure you're already there, moving in towards goals. What do I want in my life? Where do I want to be? I don't want you living your life from I don't want to be this. Go towards something. You know, when you're looking at getting into business for yourself, or when you're looking at any major decision, it's going to bring up fear and excitement. You can't let fear keep winning. You got to move towards something. You got to move towards that excitement. And then ultimately living your legacy is where we want to end up. Yes, building all of those great goals of the things you want to have is phenomenal. And then we move towards living our legacy. So, why? Why to choose this? Why would you want to be a part of that? Committing to your dreams and goals is a massive thing, but even more important, why be above average? Why are you here? Why have you watched this so far? Well, I want to think this. Why do you take action now? I'll give you this simple thing. I know you can do this. If you've watched it this far, I know you can do this because I've taken so many people, thousands of people I've taught how to do this, and tens, actually hundreds of thousands I've taught how to do it in their businesses external to Action Coach, but thousands within Action Coach. The market right now is moving to a place where we need you more than ever. The customer base is so strong right now, more than ever, people need you. The boomer economy. Boomers now are the majority of owners of employer-based businesses, and they're retiring. More coaching is needed right now. More opportunity is right now than ever before. And finally, globalization. The way that's impacting business is phenomenal, and there is so much that we can be doing. I love this industry or this profession, and I hope you do too. I mentioned CARE earlier: community, accountability, results, and education. Our customers come to us for these four things. They want to be part of a community of business people, business owners. They want the accountability of a coach or peer-to-peer accountability of a mastermind group. They want to be focused on results and held to they want their feet to be held to the fire. They want the education. They just need to be pointed in the right direction. And we will give you the plug and play so you can point them in the right direction. They determine, do I want a high-level community or mid-level or low-level? They determine accountability, what level. They determine what level of results. And from that, you can help them decide whether it's a training program, a coaching program, a group coaching program, all of these things that help them decide. Once they do that first 2 weeks with you, that first 2 weeks of the process, they're going to decide what level of coaching they stay on with you. You know, nothing decisive will ever. This is one of my greatest early mentors, Reverend Ike, Dr. Frederick I. Cotter. I was lucky enough to bring him out of retirement to come and give a seminar for us on Long Island, New York. And nothing decisive will happen into your life until you really make a decision. So decide right now whether you make the decision to just straight up join us or straight up do the next 6 weeks with us. Now, let me tell you about that 6 weeks. If you haven't already filled in this form about why it's important to you that you're looking at change right now, why is it that right now in your life you're looking, what motivates you right now to step into something new, then fill that out. I'll make sure you get the link to that with this video. Now, after that, we go into a 6-week program where we coach you through, yes, that's right, 6 weeks of us coaching you. You can do it self-directed. That's free. You can come join a group, which I would be the minimum I suggest is joining a group, or you can work one-on-one with one of our coaches to coach you individually as to exactly what it is that you want to get out of your life. Could you imagine for 6 weeks having someone work directly with you, building out your plan for where you want to go, what it is you want to do? Now, whether it's in a group or individually, if you're making this big a shift in your life, don't you think it makes sense to have someone coach you through that decision? And wouldn't it make sense for that coach to be someone that this is what we do all day, every day? They're part of the biggest organization in the world that does this. We'll go through the 6 weeks, planning your desired business and life. Week 2, the steps to building a profitable business. Week 3, key attributes of a successful business coach. Week 4, building a robust client pipeline. Week 5, managing business finances effectively. And week 6, building your business plan. That's what we're going to do over the next 6 weeks. That's where it comes down to. So either decide to join us immediately or get into the next 6 weeks with us. I mentioned this earlier. Fear and excitement. There's no two ways that excitement has to win more often than fear if you want to make a great life, if you want to build the best life possible. This is the kids now, and Terry, my good friend Steve passed away many, many moons ago now, and I've been lucky enough to be there with his children growing up. But Steve said it best. Education is always about being excited about something. Seeing passion and enthusiasm helps push an educational message. If you don't recognize how passionate I am about you becoming a coach and you succeeding in that realm, I really have failed at my job today. One of my greatest mentors, the great Jim Rohn. I was lucky enough at 16 years of age to meet him in the Brisbane City Town Hall. I sat in the audience and took notes all day. I got him to sign my notes at the end of the day. And then 31 years of age, I was his opening act in Sydney at the Sydney Convention Centre. I took my notes down to him at the end in the green room, and I said, Mr. Rohn, these are my notes from when I was 16. And he read my notes. These are great notes. Please call me Jim. I said, yes, Mr. Rohn. Some people have earned that right. But the three things that he said to me that stuck with me that day, and I believe changed the course of my life: never wish your life were easier, wish that you were better. I made it my purpose from there on out to just get better every single day. Work harder on yourself than you do on your job. If I get better, life gets easier. Read a book a week for the rest of your life. Jim used to say, no one will do your reading for you. Well, now I have Audible, so yes, someone does my reading for me every day. But I listen, Jim, every single day. So to finish up today, if there's any doubt, if you're in that maybe category, I only find anyone's in that maybe category if there's one of three things. Number one, if it's a time thing, you say, okay, I don't have enough time. Look, we all get 24/7. Make a list of the things you're doing to progress your life right now and cross off the one that's the least effective and write in there Action Coach. Just cross off one of them. Scrub it off the list, put in Action Coach, come invest an hour or 2 or 3 with us every week for the next 6 weeks. Let's get you moving into where you need to be. Another reason people are unsure, money, well, the next 6 weeks, we're going to do it. You can do this at no risk. If it's not of value to you, 100% we'll give you your money back. The only way to see if you want to buy a house is to go on the inside. You can't get there unless you go inside. So step inside with us, make the step, join a group or do it on one-to-one with one of our coaching team. Get a coach to show you what your life could be like. 6 weeks from now, you will have gone through some of the best training, teaching, and coaching of your life, and you'll have made the decision as to exactly where it is you want to be. Not sure it'll work for you? Listen, here's the thing. Unless you were referred to us by someone that's already on our team, we know that it's trouble to make a decision like this. We know that this first 6 weeks of learning, but hang on, we're about to change your life and we could do this massive thing. If you can change your life in the next 6 weeks, wouldn't it be worth just committing to 6 weeks, getting started, jumping right in? So get on that phone, call the person that put you here. Your only job is to be the best version of you that you can be. And I want to be your guide on that journey. I want to be here to help you be the best version of you, become the coach. I want to see you as a leader of leaders. That's what it means to be an action coach. You become a leader of leaders. Come join the team, reach out, get in touch. I'd really love to have you be a part of our team. Take care. Bye for now.